welcome to Perspectives. My name is Jeff Brenner, and I am your host. Now studies are showing that obesity can cause severe brain defects. Studies show that obese people have 8% less brain tissue than average-sized individuals.
So this article comes out that obese people are showing signs that their brains are 16% smaller and that they've suffered an 8% brain cell loss. And I just think that obese people have enough to contend with in terms of ridicule out in the public without finding out that their brain cells.
Oh, so they should have kept it a secret?
Right. It's not. They're not being ridiculed. They're just saying this is the truth.
No, I don't understand.
You know?
I'm appalled, by the way, just to let you know.
You two agree again?
Yeah.
Do we agree? We have found something to agree on.
Now, I don't
That's 'cause
understand
you're both
how is
slim.
that scientifically possible. Are they saying that this is actually scientifically proven now, that it is true?
Well, I think that because when you think about when your body is more stressed, you think about when you deal with, diabetes and all of those things. So it can really scientifically make a lot of sense that when your body is overstressed, so
your brain
decreases
in size?
Well, you got a lot on your mind.
Well, this wasn't an article about stress. It was about obesity.
Right? Yes.
Right.
But you know what? I suppose I could probably believe it a little bit more if they hadn't just done the study on 94 people who were in their 70s. I mean, maybe
I don't understand
thousands of people.
Okay, my main question is, maybe we could put this as a discussion issue just for a little bit. How does this affect, people who went from obese, 350 pounds, and you've seen people that lose 170 pounds.
That was my question too.
So what? Their brain size increased after they lost that weight?
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know brain size.
Right, so then they get it back. You tell somebody, well, you done lost your mind. So when they lose the weight, okay, so I see you found your mind. I'm gonna tell you, and then they say it's across the world.
This whole article didn't make sense to me.
But you know what they said? There are 300. There are 300 million people worldwide that are obese, and 1 billion that are overweight. I'm gonna tell you, I already know how all of this happened. Do you know?
No.
The minute somebody came up with the statement, ma'am, would you like to supersize that? There it is. That's how it all happened. Supersize is what happened, because before supersized fries, I didn't have these hips.
But we're talking about brain cells here. The situation with the article is, to me, I'm not disputing it because I don't think it makes sense. I think that it does make sense that what we put into our bodies can affect our brains. You consume alcohol, we know that can kill brain cells.
Right.
I'm just saying that it just adds to the ridicule that obese people have to deal with, that now they got to suffer this ridicule on top of it. I'm not saying it's not true. It may very well be true.
But let me ask you this. So that's like saying, well, a person who's obese now has a greater chance to have diabetes. Is that adding to the ridicule? The only thing they're doing is telling the truth. So how is that adding to the ridicule? I don't get it.
Because when you're talking about brain cells, you're talking.
So it's like saying a person who smokes can get cancer. Oh no, we already got to stand outside and smoke our cigarettes. We already can't smoke on Earth. So now you don't want to tell them the truth about getting cancer because they're gonna feel bad.
Well,
they're talking about brain tissue too. Not that's like a reduction of actual.
I mean, this whole article is really, guys, if you just read it in detail, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, for all you guys that know what I went through, because I was...
You always going through something, Jeff.
Exactly.
I mean, no, not Jeff.
Robert. That's why I'm on this panel. Thank you very much. All right, okay, so here we go. I was 220 pounds, okay, everyone? I was 220 pounds, and now I'm a lean 175. Now, that's over 50 pounds. I didn't get smarter.
But Robert, that was not...
I don't know, Robert.
Well,
I asked you a question a few minutes ago, and it was a simple question, and you just didn't know.
No, come on. I mean, I think this... Okay, going back to the point is that, anyway, my personal issue back then, a few years ago, I was a obese 220-pound man, and now I am lean 175 because, I just didn't want to... Thank you.
But Robert, you definitely proved it a little while earlier when we were changing. You said that you couldn't remember what you did for 3 days in November.
Exactly.
Wasn't that vice versa?
He's like,
Shouldn't I have?
so, but then that answers your question. No, you don't get your brain cells back once you lose the weight.
Hey, you know what? On the contrary, I will agree with you. Okay, let's
That
just
answers
agree
the
that
question.
we disagree on that point.
No, you didn't get your brain cells back.
What I find sad about this article is that it just confirms a lot of the misconceptions that we have about people who are extremely overweight, that they're lazy and they're stupid and they don't, and it just adds to that, even though this part about the size of the brain may be less, they're not really saying anything about intelligence. But what I was commenting on before is that I think a lot of people have this impression that, that heavy people are, slow and lethargic and stupid and lazy and, I mean,
How dare you call me that?
But maybe people with smaller brains would, maybe on what he's saying, maybe considered to be
Well,
stupid,
somebody like
even
me,
though-
I'm just big boned.
Well, I just don't think that it's so much about an impression that they're lazy or whatever. I just think that it's acceptable still in our society to make fun of obese people, and this just gives them one more, tool in their,
And that's not right.
on their tool belt to make
Right,
fun of overweight people.
yeah.
And I don't think that was the reason these
No, I
people
don't
wrote
think
this
so.
article.
I
They
don't
were
think
just
so. I
for-
didn't say that was their motivation,
know
but I
what?
think that it can be used by cruel people.
But we live in a society now where people just look for whoever, whatever you are, to tease you, whether you're gay, straight, Muslim, fat, overweight. People just look for something to tease you about. So it's like you can't win.
Well, I think that we've got enough information. I think this topic has become obese.
Yeah, it's overdone.